Well, greetings. My name is Chuck. I'm the program director here at HMR. Actually, I started this program 13 years ago as a client. I was sitting in that chair right there. Actually, you are in the lucky seat. So that's the seat that's going to give you the most success. I started out as a client 13 years ago. I was about this big. My face was this big. I was 100 plus pounds heavier than I am now. I lost it in about 14 months. A couple years later, you know what? They asked me if I'd work here. And I said, I'd help people lose weight, and they said, yes, help people lose weight. So I said, I couldn't think of anything I'd rather do more than help people lose weight. So here I am. So I don't know how you heard about us or how much you know about the program, so I'm gonna start right at the beginning. So basically, our program is the #1 program for fast weight loss. There are 2 phases to the program, a phase 1 and a phase 2. The first phase of the program, the goal is let's just get the weight off, and we get it off fast. We do that by having you eat often and keep you full on foods that are very high volume, high nutrition, but very low calories. So, for example, we would start you out with breakfast. Breakfast would be a double shake. Maybe a double chocolate shake in the morning, maybe add in a half banana, maybe add in a little bit of PB2, dry peanut butter powder, have a chocolate banana peanut butter, a funky monkey shake. Be a whole blender full. It would be amazing. You'd be full. Maybe a vanilla shake, double vanilla shake with some frozen strawberries, black cherries or something. Be amazing as well. And by the way, a shake is equal to one of our scoops. Our shakes come in canisters, so a scoop is going to be a heaping scoop. Dig from the bottom up, a nice big well-rounded scoop. So a double shake with a lot of water and ice. So a double shake would be like 16 ounces of water and ice combined. Take a cup, fill it up with maybe 3/4 ice, and then top it all the way off with water. 16 ounces full, dump that in a blender, let it add 2 scoops, monster scoops. Let it go for a little while until it's nice and smooth and silky, until all the ice crystals are gone. The blender's going to fill right up, and you're going to be full. So that's breakfast. Then mid-morning, a snack, an apple or an orange, maybe some carrots, or even another shake. Lunchtime would be an entree, one of our delicious entrees. We have 16 different entrees. So an entree with a vegetable or 2, a nice big plate of food, a lot of volume, low calories. Then in the afternoon, another snack, another vegetable or fruit, maybe even another shake as well in the afternoon, because sometimes that afternoon can get really, really long. So having a shake in the latter part of the afternoon can really help to bridge that gap to get you through to dinner time. And then dinner would be another one of our entrees with 1 to 2 vegetables, maybe lasagna or a nice big salad, and some berries for dessert. A nice big plate of food. It's a lot of food. And then in the evening time, when you're sitting around watching your hour of TV or so, instead of munching on crackers and chips and cookies and nuts and cheese and ice cream and all the high calorie foods while you watch TV, we're going to ask you to have another double shake. 240 calories. You know, back when I did the program, before I did the program, I used to buy the Girl Scout cookies, the Thin Mints, by the case. Now I would get out a sleeve of Thin Mints, back in the day they were bigger back then, and a whole sleeve was about 800 calories. I could devour that whole sleeve and nothing flat, be gone, 800 calories. So we're gonna keep you full in the evening time on 240. It's a lot of food. We're gonna ask you to have at least 4 shakes every single day, at least 2 entrees every single day, and at least 5 to 6 fruits and vegetables every single day. Okay? That is about 1,300 calories total. It's about 17 calories per ounce. Okay? If you're hungry, we're going to ask you to eat. We're going to ask you to have even more. Have another shake. Have another entree. We're going to call this your box. This is like your box right there. You know? If you're hungry, eat. But it has to be a shake, an entree, a fruit, or a vegetable. That's your box. Okay. It's only 17 calories per ounce. If I were to go to the break room at work, you might be working from home right now, but back when you were at the office, walk into the break room, what you might find is, I used to pour a cup of coffee, I would find a half of a dry bagel sitting there, half a cinnamon raisin. Oh my gosh, someone left me a half a bagel, so I'd grab it. That's about 80 to 100 calories per ounce. If I were to go to Panera's and get a Cinnamon Crunch bagel with some cream cheese on it, we're talking about 140 calories per ounce. If I were to go to Thornton's and top off with gas, walk in and get my Powerball ticket and a cup of coffee maybe, and go to the cashier and grab one of those muffins on the countertop, those Otis Spunkmeyer muffins, about 140 calories per ounce. So we're going to keep you full on only 17 calories per ounce. And as long as you stay in your box, shakes, entrees, fruits, and vegetables at 17 calories per ounce, you're going to be avoiding all those higher calorie foods that are 100 plus calories per ounce. Whenever we do a drive-through, 100 calories per ounce. You go, get burger and fries, 100 calories per ounce. You go to Chick-fil-A, generally 100 calories per ounce. So we're just going to avoid all that together and keep you full on 17. So once again, if you're hungry, you must have another item, have another shake, entree, fruit or vegetable. But you must have at least 4 shakes every single day. That's your minimum. At least 2 entrees every single day, and at least, say, 5 to 6 fruits and vegetables every single day. That's your nutritional safety minimum, or your prescription, we call it. Okay. So how long do we stay in phase 1? Well, we stay in phase 1 as long as it takes. Generally, what let's say I had 60 pounds to lose, maybe I might lose 40 pounds in phase 1 and then go into phase 2. So everyone starts up here at their starting point, right here, their starting point. And then we do phase 1. I guess our starting point's right here. We do phase 1, we lose a lot of weight. And somewhere in this middle range right here, we transition to the second phase of the program. And we're going to transition very, very slowly. We want you to have a lot of momentum going into phase 2 and to continue that momentum. So we're going to start off real slow. Maybe that first week of phase 2, we'll pull out maybe 2 entrees. So if you're having 2 entrees a day, 7 days a week, that's at least how many? 14, yes? So at least 14 entrees a week. So right here, in that very first week of phase 2, we might say have 12 entrees and 2 lean proteins. We'll walk you through the lean proteins, how much to have, portion sizes, preparation techniques, etc. That's going to be a very, very slow process. But we want you to, that first week, try 2 proteins and lose the weight. Do it again, lose some more weight. Then maybe double up, 2 chicken and 2 fish, maybe week 3 and 4. But make sure the scale goes down, down, down. We're going to continue that trend as we wean you off of our entrees, introducing lean proteins and getting you more stabilized into the real world. So you can be more social with your friends. Go out and order a cedar plank salmon or some grilled tilapia with some mango salsa on it or something. So you can be more social. You can still be social in phase 1, but when you go out in phase 1, you're going to have your entree before you leave, and then you're going to have your big salad or vegetable plate at the restaurant. Actually, you're going to save money. That's great. Eventually, we'll get you down to phase 2. Now, let me ask you this question. How many of you have lost weight in the past and gained it all back? That was me. I would lose 30, gain 40, lose 30, gain 40. I did it multiple times. Okay. So, we've all lost the weight. We've all gained it all back. So, what's easier, losing the weight or keeping it off? Well, obviously, losing the weight is easier. So that's where phase 2 comes in really handy. Because once we get you down to your goal weight, that's when the real work begins. So you continue to come to class, etc. Continue to come to class, continuing your journey, introducing more foods into your routine, learning what's in your new box. We'll eventually start kicking out shakes and bringing in some whole grains. We'll work with you on all that. So as you get off the shakes and the entrees, introducing lean proteins and grains. We'll teach you how to fill your plate properly. We'll teach you where all the hidden calories are, how to read labels. There's a lot of misinformation out there. We've all tried to lose weight on our own and have failed. I failed miserably. When I came in here, I just said, I'm broken, fix me, I can't do it on my own, I need help. So that's what we're doing here. That's why we have so many clients, because they can't do it on their own. There's so much misinformation out there. We're going to cut through all that. So as you come to class in phase 2, you're going to continue your journey, weighing in, kicking foods out of your routine, bringing more foods in, and learning what's in your box that you can have for life, that you can be satisfied with. That's the goal of our program. So any questions? Oh, I don't see any hands raised. So let me go on with the rest of our presentation. I've covered a lot of ground already. But HMR was founded in 1983, almost 37 years ago. It's the leading provider of supervised weight management programs. It's research-based. There is 2 to 3 times more weight loss in HMR than any other program. And people that do HMR keep off 3 times more weight than any other program. The average weight loss in our classes is about 35 pounds over a 13-week period. So if you take, we have people of all different sizes, big and tall. Some people want to lose 100 pounds, 200 pounds. Some want to lose 15, 20, or 30. But if I were to say a class of 20 people, my Tuesday night class, the average person in 13 weeks would lose about 35 pounds. HMR has been voted #1 for fast weight loss. There's our badge from US News. They've shown that fast weight loss is actually the way to go, because with fast weight loss, you see the results and you're motivated to continue to stay in this box over and over and over again. It's motivating. Okay. You might have some friends that might say, well, HMR is kind of drastic for me. I'm going to lose weight slowly. What they're doing is, oh, I'm on a slow weight loss. What's going to happen is, though, when their birthday comes, what's going to happen? Oh, it's my birthday. It's our anniversary. We're going out of town for the week for vacation. They never quite get to their goal. But if you stick to this program and stay in the box, in the box, in the box at all costs, that scale is going to go down, 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 down. And you're going to lose the weight, be motivated to continue on and on and on. So I often ask questions, okay, so how many days are there in a week? 7. If you're in phase 1, how many days are you in the box? 7. If it's your birthday, where are you going to be? In the box. If it's your anniversary, where are you going to be? In the box. And if you are out of town for the weekend, where are you going to be? In the box, in the box, in the box. And the weight comes off, off, off. The biggest problem I have right now with my class is that they are so into this box and loving the results that I can't get them to transition to the second phase of the program. They just want to continue this trend all the way down in phase 1 because they're just loving it so much. And that's fact. So very good. Let me show you some pictures here. This is Shane. Shane lost 100 pounds in 6 months and 150 in over 1 year. Amazing. Here's little Sharon. Sharon lost half herself and lost 100 pounds and, whoops, hit the wrong slide. So Sharon lost half herself in 2014 and is keeping it off. So very good. And then here's Lester. Lester's one of our favorite clients. He is now 88 years old, did the program when he was 86. He lost 45 pounds in 3 months and is keeping it all off. And he still comes to class. Very amazing. Here's my picture. You can see even back in 2000, I was quite heavy. In 2007, I hit my peak. This is actually about 10 pounds below my highest weight in 2007. And then 10 years later, there I was at my nephew's wedding. So that's me. Here is Crystal. Crystal lost 200 pounds in 14 months. We are standing in her pants. She brought this in one day. She goes, Chuck, remember these pants? These are the pants I wore in phase 1. Yeah, she did 6 months of phase 1, lost 130 pounds, and she wore those pants all the way through phase 1. So there you go. And then there's Matt. You might know Matt. Matt lost 100 pounds and keeping it off. And finally, I'm going to show you some pictures here. These are some of our more recent clients, maybe from November, December. They're kind of dated now, but look at those smiling, happy faces. Not one person there is sad to be here. Not one person there is hungry. Not one person there just is complaining about the program. They are all excited to be here and loving the program. I got many, many more. I got about 60 of these, but I'm going to show you a few. So 75 pounds, 50 pounds, 50 pounds, 50 pounds, 50 pounds. Look at all those 50-pound pins. The guy in the bottom in the red jacket there, he's keeping off 130 pounds. His name is Tom. So very good. And a little Sydney on the end there, she's like 4'10". She's down 25 pounds, itty bitty thing. So very good. And then here's just a few more real quick. So just look at all his happy smile face. Now that could be your face right there in the middle. Okay? So, what benefits might you get by losing the weight? Well, we want to feel better. We want to have an improved quality of life. We want to be more active, more physically active. When I started the program, I couldn't even climb a flight of stairs. If I had a meeting 2 floors up in my office, I needed 5 extra minutes to get there and to cool down and to take the perspiration off my forehead and actually to walk into the bathroom and wash my face with cold water. The day I called HMR, I walked up 1 flight of stairs and halfway up, I stopped and had to catch my breath. That was the day I made 1 phone call at HMR because I knew that was the one place to come. We want to be more active, want a better quality of life. My gosh, we want decreased medical factors, our blood pressure, our glucose. Many of our clients are diabetic or pre-diabetic. A lot of them are on hypertensive medicines. We want to get you off those if we can. And even arthritis meds. Okay. So here's I didn't print this off, but 100% of, in this one study, the people that lost 100 pounds and kept it off, 100% of the clients got off their cholesterol meds. They all got off cholesterol meds. 73% of the clients got off their blood pressure meds. Now, some people are genetic. For me, I'm genetic. My mom and dad both had heart issues, so I'm still on my blood pressure med, but I'm not taking anywhere near what I was taking when I started. Well, every single client in the study has lower blood sugar. 73% got off their diabetes meds. If you've been type 2 diabetic for 10 years or less, they've shown that it's completely reversible. It's curable. And we've had people even longer than that we've gotten off their diabetes meds. It's just amazing. They're off their insulin in just a matter of weeks, it seems like. And then we can work on their metformins. Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, so very good. And if you could create the perfect, ideal weight loss program, what would you want? Well, first of all, you'd want to see results. You want it to be effective, right? You're going to pay. You're going to jump through all the hoops and pay for the program. You want it to be effective. You also want support, accountability. You want some structure to it. You want it to be easy. You don't ever want to be hungry. You want to be full. In our program, if you're hungry, you get to eat, but it has to be a shake, entree, fruit, vegetables. You should never, ever, ever be hungry. I had a client come in the other day. He was funny. He thought the 425 was his minimum, he thought it was his maximums. And he came in, it was day 2 or day 3 of the program. He goes, Chuck, I've never been so hungry in my life before. I said, well, what have you had? He goes, well, that's the maximum. I've already got the maximum in. And so I said, well, hang on, wait a minute. I went and I made him a double entree. It was about 11 o'clock in the morning. I made him a double entree. I took a stroganoff and a risotto, and I put the two together, warmed them up, mixed them all up. I had him stir it up in a bowl, and he sat there in the chair, and he ate it. And he got halfway through, and he goes, oh my gosh, I'm full. So I said, you got it. So he's killing it now, but it just took that little bit of reinforcement to know that you could actually eat more and still lose weight. So him and his wife are both doing awesome. You'd also want the foods that taste good. The shakes are not chalky. The shakes are actually the most delicious shakes I've ever had. I've tried them all out there. The shakes are the most delicious, so the shakes are awesome. We have 16 different entrees. The goal is not necessarily to like all 16. Just find 7 or 8 that oh my gosh, these are pretty good. I like the rotini, I like the penne pasta, I like the risotto, I like the beef stew or mac and cheese, whichever one. So just find 7 or 8 that you really like and go for it. 2 a week. Very good. And you'd also want the program to be simple, few decisions. We have that. They have shown that the most successful diets are the ones that are the easiest to follow. That's our program. Shake, entree, fruit, or vegetable. Hungry, have more. Okay. Motivating, long-term, and also affordable too. This program is very, very affordable. The average, the cost of our program is about $15 per day, about $100 per week. But the average person is spending easily, the average person that comes in here is generally grabbing like 1 meal out per day, whether it be a sandwich at Subway or something at Starbucks or something at drive-through Panera's on the way home or something. The average person that comes here is generally getting 1 meal out. And you can't get a meal out for like less than $8. You'll get a drink with more than that. My wife has a movie club on Fridays she goes out with. And she stops at Panera's and gets a half a salad. It's $8.99 for half a salad, and that's with water. If you get iced tea, it's over $10. So this program is very, very affordable. The cost of an entree is about $3.70. Add in a $1 bag of vegetables from Kroger's. You got a whole huge plate of food for under $5. So it's very affordable. And why is it so hard to keep the weight off? Because when we do go out into the world and we grab those foods out there in the world, how many calories per ounce are there? How many? It's 100 calories per ounce versus 17 when we're in the box. So you have to lose the weight. Most of what we do in our lives is social, and whenever we're social, we center our social lives around food. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in 6 months, we gotta get together. Let's, whatever it might be. Even church life, bereavement meals, potlucks, buffets, all of that is 100 plus calories per ounce. Oh my gosh, you just need room for dessert, If we go to Olive Garden, think about Olive Garden. What's the first thing they give you at Olive Garden? They lather up those breadsticks and they give them to you. How many calories per ounce? Over 100 calories per ounce plus the oil. How many breadsticks do you have before even have your appetizer? Even 2 breadsticks? You're talking, 400 calories before you even have your appetizer. 2 more breadsticks during dinner, and that's cheesy, saucy platter. Piece of cheesecake afterwards, a couple glasses of wine. I forgot the appetizer, maybe spinach artichoke dip, a couple bites of that. My gosh, you walk out of there, we've had 3,000 calories for a single meal. I have friends that are they know I'm a weight loss coach, so they're constantly telling me what they did. Well, Chuck, I went to Olive Garden today, but you know what? I did really, really well. I didn't do as bad as they did. And I said, what do you have? I had this, 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 and this. And I said, you know what? You still had 2,000 calories. They may have had 3, but you still had 2,000 calories. You had more calories in one meal than you needed for the entire day. And that's why it's so hard to keep the weight off. Because even when we try hard, we're not successful. Our shakes come in 2 flavors, chocolate and vanilla. But with those 2 flavors, you can do a million things. We have in our binder we'll give you for phase 2, for Quick Start, when you start the program, our binder has a whole page full of recipes. Every single candy bar out there, like a Snickers bar, even a brownie, a Mounds bar, Almond Joy, we have a recipe for one of those shakes. Also, bananas Foster, pina colada. Some people like to take a Diet Orange Crush and put it in a blender with some ice and put 2 scoops of vanilla. It's called a dreamsicle. Oh my gosh. There are a million recipes for shakes. In the summertime, I like to make a mojito shake, like a margarita mix and add some lime juice to it. My gosh, it tastes like a mojito. The recipes are endless. We also have what we call a pudding shake. One of our shakes, actually, when you mix it up with less water, turns into a pudding. So you just mix it up with a bit of water to mix it a pudding. Those come in handy for when you're out for dessert. Like, in other words, my wife and I, when we were first in phase 1, we went out to Cheesecake Factory for dinner one time. And we had our salad order. We had it all figured out, ordered a salad. And then after dinner, all of our friends ordered cheesecake. What did we do? We borrowed the wine glass, got out a little packet. We each made ourselves a little shake, a little pudding shake, in their wine glass, using their utensils. And we sat there and we ate our little chocolate pudding. It looks just like this. We ate that, boom, boom, boom. And you know what? We didn't feel deprived at all. And what did we do? We got in our double shake, right here. We got in our double shake for our nighttime snack. And we got in a nice big salad for vegetables. We had our entree before we left. So we got in all of our minimums, and we stayed where? We stayed in the box. So it's actually quite easy to do once you wrap your mind around how to stay in the box. Okay. We have a multigrain cereal that's quite good. That's a nice little treat for the weekends. So maybe have shakes Monday through Friday and have a little multigrain cereal on the weekends, kind of good. There's all kinds of different flavors of shakes you can do. Very good. And then we have 16 different entrees. Here's a slide of some of those entrees. I'll call them all out. We have beef stew with vegetables, lasagna, savory chicken, turkey chili, penne pasta with meatballs. That's like the most popular one. Beef stroganoff, that's my wife's favorite. We have chicken enchiladas. We have mushroom risotto. Actually, the chicken enchiladas, we had a buffet at work the other day, and they brought in a buffet, Mexican buffet. What I did was I went and got the peppers and the mushrooms from the fajitas vegetables, and I added some shredded lettuce to that. And then I went and heated up one of our chicken enchilada entrees and chopped it up and added all to that, mixed it up. It was amazing. It was a lot lower calories than what everyone else was eating. We have a mushroom risotto. We have a pasta fagioli. We have a brand new cheese and basil ravioli that is just amazing. That's like my new favorite one. We have a mac and cheese with butternut squash. It's actually not mac and cheese, it's butternut squash, but it has the texture and consistency of mac and cheese, that comfort food. We have a whole grain medley with chicken. That's very wholesome. We have a rotini Alfredo, chicken with barbecue sauce. We also have a lentil stew, and we have a chicken pasta parmesan. So we have a whole litany of entrees. Okay. So, phases of the program. Everybody starts in phase 1. Right here. We continue the program on and on and on in phase 1. And then at some point in time, we go to phase 2. We continue the journey on to phase 2. We get to our goal weight, and then we learn to live and graduate in the real world. That's how that works. There was a study it's called the Droplet Study. I'm not sure where the name comes from, but it was done in the UK. And in this study, what they did was they had a group of people. They divided it in half, and they said this half the people, I can't see the number there, but they asked this group of people, this side of the room, you are going to eat from these portion control meals that are called meal replacements, like our shakes and our entrees. you're eating in this half of the room. Does where all your food comes through while you're here on a conference or study. And then those of you in this half of the room, we're going to give you a food chart and all kinds of healthy foods in a buffet. And you were asked to fill your plate according to the food chart. Now, at the end of so many months, guess which group lost the most weight? Definitely the group that was eating a portion control meals and the meal replacements. We ask you to meet your minimum prescription every single day. How many shakes every single day? 4. How many entrees every single day? 2. How many fruits and vegetables every single day? 5. Okay. If you're hungry, eat, but it has to be a shake, an entree, a fruit or vegetable. We call that your box. Okay. You must stay in the box, in the box, in the box. If you're hungry, eat, but it must be a shake, an entree, a fruit or vegetable. We're also going to ask that you attend, that you also get some exercise in each week. And when we have classes, when our classes are back up and running, we also ask you to attend classes each week. That way you get support, accountability. There's a group environment involved, there's like a sharing, and people bond with each other. We form our own little community here, and people really look forward to coming to class. It's what they do for them. I know when I did the program, I was busy with working with church, and coming to class each week was imperative for me. It was what I did for myself to help me, you know, because I'm busy giving of myself the rest of the week. This 1 hour a week was what I did for me. So coming to class each week is very, very critical. You get all kinds of ideas and recipes and strategies. You might say, well, I'm going to a wedding this weekend. What can I do? Well, Joe went to a wedding last week. It was his daughter's wedding. What did you do, Joe? So we get answers from the rest of the group. And having someone else in the classroom give you an answer to a question or a challenge you might have has a lot more weight than something I might say or one of our educators might say. Okay. This is what a typical day's supply of food might look like. That's only 3 shakes, but that's basically 3 shakes, 2 entrees, and 6 fruits and vegetables. That's a lot of food. Okay, but you know what? You can even have more. Here is 3 fast food meals. This is about 2 pounds of food for 3,300 calories. Now, if this was, I wouldn't have that for breakfast, by the way. I would have McDonald's big breakfast or something, but still, that's 1,200 calories. But if I were to be eating 3 fast food meals a day, which is not uncommon for some people, or for me back in the day, that would be 3,300 calories. And I'd also be munching in the afternoon. I'd go to the break room, grab some cookies at nighttime, or in evening time. And then at nighttime after dinner, you know what? I'd be having some ice cream, my Girl Scout cookies, or some leftover Halloween candy. I'd be getting in over 4,000 calories a day. And that's why our population right now is getting so obese. Because everything we do evolves around food, and it's high calorie, high fat food. Whereas opposed to those 3 high calorie meals, there is a whole table full of HMR food. That's about 11 pounds of food, 2,900 calories. That's 7 shakes, 4 entrees, 8 vegetables, and 5 fruits. It's a lot of food. You know what? I could drink those 7 shakes, and I could eat all the fruit. I could eat 1 plate of food, and maybe a bite of another plate of food. But I would, at the end of the day, I would throw at least 2 full plates of food away because I could not eat all that. That is so much volume. That's why this program is so successful. We're going to keep you full of foods that are very, very high volume, high nutrition, but low in calories. That's only 17 calories per ounce. And if we eat off the plan, what's going to happen? We're going to grab something that's 100 plus calories per ounce outside the box. Okay. They've also shown, studies have also shown that people that embrace the concept of having more is better, that embrace, you know, I'm hungry, I'm going to have an extra shake, I'm going to have an extra entree. People that embrace that concept actually lose 40% more weight than those who don't. Because when they grab something, it's going to be in the box, in the box, in the box. As opposed to someone who says, well, I've already got my minimums in for the day, I'm going to grab something over here. How many calories per ounce is that going to be? You know, am I just going to have 1 cookie? I walk into the break room in the afternoon and I see some cookies sitting there. Am I going to grab 1 cookie or 2 or 3 or 4? Okay. So have something that's in a box and you will lose more weight. All right. If I were to go to the break room, I might grab 3 or 4 cookies that say 800 calories, easy, compared to a single shake at 120 calories. So stay in the box, in the box, in the box at all costs. There's also another chart here. This is called our quick start chart. Okay, see the different lines there? The people on the bottom chart, that purple line, that's called our quick start line. Those are the folks who stayed in the box, in the box, in the box. Actually, this study was done outside of HMR using the National Weight Loss Registry on any diet. Those people who followed the guidelines of the program on any diet actually lost the most weight. In this chart here, it shows 2 to 3 months. But in HMR, those people in HMR who lost the most weight in the first 2 to 3 weeks went on to lose the most weight. Now, how did they lose the most weight in the first 2 to 3 weeks? By staying in the box, in the box, in the box. I feel like the guy from Tool Time behind the fence here, but that's how you do that. Stay in the box, in the box, in the box. And then which line you want to be on? The purple line. That's the line you want to be on. And to do that, you got to stay in the box. All right. So in the HMR program, you can lose a lot of weight quickly. You can possibly eliminate some meds, medication costs, medical costs. I know that after my first year in the program, I was saving $1,000 a year in meds that I no longer needed. That's a huge, does the program pay for itself and nothing flat? And we can greatly improve your quality of life. If I had continued where I was back in the day, if I can find my slide, if I can find where I was, I think it's right here. If I were to have continued, see that 2007 picture there? That was 13 years ago. If 13 years ago I had not done this program, where would I be today? I might not even be here today. I might be dead by now. And if not, I'd had both knees replaced, I'd have hips replaced. I would be, who knows where I'd be. I would have had open heart surgery, maybe some valve replacements. I'd have had a lot of work done on me if I had not done this program. And what would my quality of life be like? I might be on a walker, Right now, I have so much energy, I can jump and down. I'm hyper energy. And it's natural because I just am. But if I had not done the program, I can't imagine where I would be right now. So think of you. If you don't join right now, where might you be 10 years from now? So think about it. So with HMR, you can lose a lot of weight quickly, reduce or eliminate some meds, and improve your quality of life with some healthy lifestyle changes. So here's the phases of the program. This right here is the information session. We just completed that. The next phase of the program would be if you say, Chuck, sign me up right now. The next phase would be to join our Quick Start class. And then you would also start phase 1 that very same week. So in phase 1 is this board right here. That pattern right there. At least 4 shakes a day, 2 entrees a day, 5 to 6 fruits and vegetables per day, in the box, in the box, in the box. And then eventually you go on to graduate to live in the real world, and that's when the journey begins. We've all lost weight in the past, we've all gained it back. So now once we lose the weight, we want to continue coming to class and keeping records, keeping a journal, and as we're learning, as we're kicking HMR foods out, bringing more real world foods in, we want to continue to come to class, weigh in, be held accountable, see how our progress is coming along, talking with your educator and tweaking our program a little bit. Well, maybe switch some of this for that. Let's just do this. Let's mix things up a little bit. Maybe let's cut back on that. Maybe your portion sizes are too big. We'll work with you to make sure that you get to your goal all the way down. Okay. If you want to do the program, we ask that you purchase your minimum amount of food each week. That's at least 2 canisters of shakes, 14 entrees. We ask that to be successful, you must be committed 100%. You don't do this halfway, it won't work. To be successful, you must be committed 100%. Okay. The cost of the program, as I said earlier, is about $100 per week for food. A little bit more if you're a big eater, like I was. I averaged 6 shakes a day for my first 2 years in the program. So my cost was a little bit higher, but the average person usually does about the minimum, $100 a week. And then for our in-clinic classes, the class fees, they're about $100 per month. So that's how that works. And that gives you all your support, accountability, and whatnot. So that's the program right there. And good. So thank you very much for joining us. If you have any questions, you can text me or email me. By now, you'll have all that information. So thank you very much.